Hi, everybody. My name is Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food. With keto, almost carnivore, low carbs. They're under 3 total, Monday through Friday. And then on the weekends, I have my keto pizza and my big green egg with a very small sampling of veg. And I'm finding that digestively, that is just working out great for me. Got my cuppa, my Vita cup. I think this is the beauty blend. I'll keep drinking it. We'll see what happens. Anyway, how are you today? It's interesting. I never realized how many people are lurkers on my channel that never comment. And so until I started putting my email address in some of my videos so you could contact me. And I've been getting some nice responses from older women who do our food program a lot like I do, and they've had some success, and they've shared their tale of woe, like like so many of us that are my age do. You know, the doctor that I've been listening to, Siwes, somebody told me how to pronounce it. Hopefully that either one of those got it. I'm watching a fruit fly by my coffee. It's really annoying. I don't know where this infestation comes from. But anyway, I was listening to him, and he said, he was talking about how we're experts in diet failure. And isn't that the truth? We can, how many times have we signed up for something that we pay for that doesn't give us the results? And yet we keep going back because we think this time it'll be different. Now, if it's Weight Watchers that I'm talking about, he does hold no love at all for Weight Watchers, and he thinks it's a very shaming program that takes your money. And because they often change their program, they're just so smart at that we think that this is the formula that's going to work for us. And I don't think it ever caters to the older woman. I lost 17 pounds on Weight Watchers 5 years ago, and that's it. That was all I was given. Didn't stop me from being a member, paying $30, $20, I think, for the online program and the app, month after month after month, even though nothing was happening. And I wouldn't even call it a weight stall. I would call it all in the plan. But, to me, it was a smaller version of the standard American diet. And he's not too kind about OA either. And it's funny, I joined AA in the mid-70s, 1970s, for those of you that weren't even born till 1990. And so I did have quite a few takeaways from being there, but they had an orange sheet and a gray sheet, and it was very, very stark and scary. And so he thinks that most of us need OA for fat people. That's just how he says it, not me. And because it's a lot more, accountability and responsibility. And in most of his videos, he is equating AA, alcoholism, with our food addiction, our carb addiction. He said, food doesn't make you fat. It's the carbs. It's the carbs. It's the carbs. And, after listening to so many of his videos, he's just so good at it. And he was talking about a Weight Watcher, how they save their points to celebrate whatever it is they're celebrating with cheesecake. And it's like a person in AA can't, go and celebrate their AA achievement with a case of beer, and fortunately, I've had a lot of years in AA, and so I understand exactly where he's coming from, and I've always been able to look at my food program, even when it was Weight Watchers, and then low carb, high fat, and then keto, and now mostly carnivore, to look at it and no, it is just like AA. There aren't any rewards at the end of the day for a job well done, except abstinence. And abstinence is a wonderful pillow to sleep on at night, because when you wake up in the morning, you don't have to reboot, restart, look at what you're having, ignore some of the things that maybe could be problematic, but it's like not right now because I've just been on a bit of a relapse. So I'm just going to plug in and have these things, even though they might not be positive for the stall or the scale or how I feel about myself. Do you understand what I'm saying? We all have places where we could improve. For me, probably here. I like my coffee. I like it sweetened and blonde. Fortunately, I found Keto, Kitu, and it comes in 3 flavors. It's a non-dairy creamer. I think my body responds to that. So I have quite a few days where I have no dairy whatsoever. And if I am having dairy, it's definitely the cheese on my eggs or the keto pizza. Other than that, it's pretty much dairy-free days. And does my stomach like that? I think it does. So, yes, we go on the surmise that we are all experts at diet failure, even going into yet another one. And sometimes I feel that people get too desperate and drastic, even doing keto, carnivore, carnivish, with what they're doing to just try to get some movement. And I think that one of the gifts of being an older woman is gathering some patience and, adopting being a turtle, because it's gonna go, the weight's gonna go away when it's gonna go away. And you can play with all these crazy things. I'm not even gonna mention them. I know a lot of people here and clients have done them, not felt good after they've done them, but they wanted immediate relief just to see something. I just was reading where one woman was just, oh my gosh, she must step on the scale after she pees, and every time, and until she said, "What do I do? What do I do?" And I said, "Put the scale away for a whole month." She's torturing herself with the flux. It's like people probably would risk becoming dehydrated in the summer to have it show up on the scale as a loss. Don't do that to yourselves. You deserve better for yourself. The wisdom and the patience that we get as we get older. Now, some people have old souls and they have wisdom and patience in their 30s and 40s. Lucky them. Other people are petulant and they want it now, and they want it now, damn it. And it might not happen that way. I got I was in a messenger text thing with a woman, and she loves her peanut butter. She loves her nuts. The nuts don't like her, but that doesn't stop her. And she wants to lose weight. She's desperate to lose weight. How do I do it? How do I do it? And so she said that I look the same as her, about the same size. So, what is it that I do? And it's like, well, I don't know how much more I can do. I do offer the coaching for a fee, phone calls for a fee, but I'm doing a video every day, pretty much about what I eat. The OMAD is a video showing you what I eat with the macros and the calories below. And then I do this video every single day. And these are free, sure, I love PayPal donations, but this is what I do. And if you watch just a dozen of me, you'll get my gist. You're waking up, you're getting your cup of coffee, you're sitting with me, and I'm talking about the same thing I talked about yesterday, just in a different way. Sometimes it's the same bathrobe. Now, today I've got on my stuff because I'm turning on my Uber early. But, I talk about the same thing. I just try to keep it motivational because every day is going to be the same. If you're lucky, right? If you're lucky, every day is the same. You're not waking up and dealing with your relapse. You're not waking up and dealing with your cravings. You're not waking up and having to face things that you didn't want to face yesterday, so you ate over them last night. That nighttime eating that has nothing to do with hunger? Yeah, I'm very familiar with that. And it took a long, long time to work on that bad habit. And I've done plenty of videos on it, but I will tell you briefly, it began with me giving up eating in the bedroom. Okay, it didn't matter what type of food it was. It was eating in the bedroom, TV, on the bureau, and having that sort of like some people might have a brandy at the end of the day in their smoking jacket in their leather chair. No, mine was frozen novelty with candy on top of it in my bed. But that's how, it was giving that up. So then there was no more bedroom eating. And then it wasn't easy giving up nighttime eating, let me tell you. It has nothing to do with hunger. It was just a bad habit. It was just a relief valve from the day. And I strongly suggest taking up something like spider solitaire or crocheting, or maybe even having to read, because it's kind of hard to read with a bowl or a dish of something that you need two hands for, much less one. But it's all in what you want to do for you. If you want to break a bad habit, you're going to work on it. If you're not ready yet, you're not ready yet. It takes what it takes. I've always said this. Trust the process. If something is gnawing at you, if you're using the pink, yellow, and the blue packets in excess every single day, all over everything that you have, then, and it could be a problem, and you've heard some wah, 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 wah in your ear, but then you've heard the other, but it keeps me from eating sugar. Well, yeah, but then, you turn on your Facebook page and there's this long article about the dangers of the yellow packets, for example. And it's like, la, 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 I don't want to hear it yet. I've got some of those, somebody said that there's a video out about the dangers of coffee. Do you think I'm going to be watching it? No. It's one of my favorite small pleasures, and it's going to have to be ripped from my hands when and if I work on it. This is kind of funny. So I'm down basically to meat, eggs, cheese, green onions, and then butter, right? So this is what I have every single day, except for the pizza day and the big green egg day. And so I go to Whole Foods to replenish my green onions and my Pete and Jerry eggs. They're out of Pete and Jerry eggs, and the green onions didn't come in with the shipment. I mean, how funny is that? It's like, how small can my world get with my food choices? Their organic scallions are $1.29 a bunch. That's cheaper than any store anywhere here on the Cape. So it's just kind of funny. And no Pete and Jerry eggs. I did find some at Market Basket, of course, but I went in there specifically for those. It just tickled me. It's like, well, don't run out of beef or pork or sausage. But so, don't beat yourself up about something. If you've got something on the horizon, and don't do everything all at once. I think a lot of people come into keto with high expectations of like a 20-pound loss in an hour and a half, and they give up everything, and they never know what works and what doesn't because they gave up everything. And so the patience of that turtle, the wisdom of the older person telling you something that they discovered that's very similar to what you're going through and what they did. Time. I've always said time is this I must experience. And yeah, sometimes your knuckles get white. Sometimes you're gripping on the edge of your seat. Sometimes you're a grumpalumpkin. You're not pleasant to be with. Sometimes, because you're adjusting your food. And if you've gone 30, 40, 50, 60 years, like a lot of us, eating CRAP, SAD, and JUNQE, let's fancy that up, then there's going to be a withdrawal, be it emotional or be it physical. If you're used to, having a problem and reaching for food and having that be your solution for all those years, you're going to have to come up with plan A, B, and C, right? It's not going to be that easy. And you got to want it. You got to want it. I can't make anybody want it. When I've worked with people as a food coach and they're paying me, I try to meet them where they're at. I try to support them where they're at. I sometimes might think, be careful. That's getting into obsessive territory. That's getting into binge relapse territory. But I let them have their experience because that's how we learn. You're not going to learn, how I quit smoking. You're not going to learn how I do my food plan and have maintained the loss year after year. I can't give that to you. You have to find your own recipe. I'm here to motivate you, guide you, and support you. But sometimes I see pratfalls before the client. The client doesn't say, am I in a danger zone? They think in their head they've come to this perfect solution. It's going to work. And then it turns into a mess, right? We have messy Mondays, but we also have messy Wednesdays too. So take it slow. If you're new here to me, I'm not like a lot of the other people. I'm not telling you you can have something. I'm not telling you you can beat something by gaming something. I don't play that. I don't think the scale is a daily need solution. I think that one day at a time is slow and steady. You're a turtle. You're a snowflake, so you're kind of special, and you're pickle. You're not going to go back to being a cucumber. Once you start taking care of it's this fruit fly. Once you start taking care of your health, it's going to be your N equals 1. You are the experiment, and what works for you might not work for me. There are people that eat berries year round. There are people that eat berries only in season. There are people that have veggies every single day. There are people that have 3 meals a day, 2 meals a day, sometimes OMAD. There are people that do alternative daily fasting. So we all find what works for us, our niche, our recipe, and our successes, but we have to find them for ourselves. So when I talk here about what I'm doing or what a client, the trouble or the success a client may be having, know that it's just how it is. And that worked for them. This works for me. And we go about what we do. That's how it is. It's totally individual. And on another note, I spend a lot of time here. You know that I do. And I always say PayPal donations are welcome. It takes a lot of time to do a channel of this depth, okay? I talk to everybody. Everybody that leaves a comment gets a response, okay? They might leave me a smiley face and they get a heart back. They might leave this and they get this back from me. So just know that time is a commodity for me. And although I will keep doing what I'm doing, it is nice to get a PayPal donation just to help with the cause, because time is important. It's important to me and it's important to you. And I try to personalize every email with what people are saying or their comment here on YouTube. So just know that I appreciate PayPal. I'm not telling you have to, but I will tell you that I appreciate it. Doing 5 or 6 videos a week, and then my daily OMAD food, putting in the calories and the macros. Everything takes a little time, and I do it out of love. But sometimes the grease on the wheels helps a lot too. So anyway, thank you very much, and I will see you the next time. My PayPal address is below. My email address is below. I always need people that are willing to give some time for Friday with a Friend or Tuesday with a Turtle. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom in Food, with Keto, Carnivore, and Carnivore, and just talking about how we all do it our way. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye for now.